What is going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Berm, and today I'm sharing the rental code for my Frosmoth, Ferrothorn, Dracovish, Luxray, Hitmontop, Klefki, say all the Pokemon's names, who cares, team. And I'm going to be showing a couple more battles with this team that I recorded the other day. Definitely stick around for the last battle, because the last battle is actually something a little special. Not a battle that I recorded, but it was recorded. So stick around for that if you're interested, if that intrigues you. Obviously, the former video got to 45 likes. It actually it got 43 likes. I'm assuming it'll be 45 by the time the video goes up. But if you're interested in seeing more battles with this team because you want to use it and you want to see different ways to use it, definitely go check out that video. The link will be in the description below. And I talk a little bit more about how the team is used in that video, so it's definitely helpful if you are planning on using this team. And if it's not actually at 45 likes when you get over there, why not help it get there? Why not help it get to 55 likes, 65 likes, 165 likes? Who cares, man? Like, just help the channel grow so I can keep putting out codes that you can use. Everybody who engages with the channel, I appreciate so much, and you guys kill it every time I upload a video, so that is much appreciated. Not yelling at those who do already engage, just trying to encourage those who maybe just watch and click to the next video and just, throw a like. I do the same thing, man, when I'm watching YouTube, but, I get the analytics. I see that a lot more people watch the video than are subscribed, and I'm doing this kind of video all the time, so if you enjoy it, why not throw me a sub? We're going to jump into our first battle here in a second, but really quick, just to describe a couple more things about this team before we dive in, since you are now going to be able to use the rental code. If you're relating Frosmoth, most of the times it leads with Klefki. Klefki is a really good support for Frosmoth. It can set up Reflect. Frosmoth obviously has Ice Scales, so Ice Scales will help it take some special moves. It helps it take, I think, half damage from special moves. And Reflect obviously counterbalances that. Klefki is also a really nice partner to Ferrothorn because it can set Light Screen, where Ferrothorn is very physically bulky. That's kind of the idea there between Ferrothorn and Frosmoth. Ferrothorn and Frosmoth obviously share a very large weakness together in fire moves, but a lot of fire moves that you'll see out there are Heat Wave. They are Heat Wave. They are one move, and that's why Hitmontop is down there with Wide Guard. Hitmontop obviously is super great support Pokemon with Fake Out and Wide Guard, but also in very niche scenarios, you're able to use Mach Punch on your own Ferrothorn to pop its weakness policy, which is really nice. You'll notice that this team actually does not have Trick Room. It's nice to bring Ferrothorn against teams that you think are going to set Trick Room, but Ferrothorn can operate perfectly fine without Trick Room up. It is Min Speed, Brave Nature, so it's going to hit really hard, but the idea is that you just keep using Max Steel Spikes, and then when it's out of Dynamax, you can start using Body Presses. Body Press does a lot when you're sitting at +3 defense, and it doesn't matter at that point how many times Ferrothorn's been intimidated. Obviously, if you pop a weakness policy, then it really doesn't matter how many times you've been intimidated. So Ferrothorn's a really nice offensive Pokemon, even outside of Trick Room. Dracovish is there, obviously, and Luxray's there, both of which really love the Rain Dance support from Klefki. You're not going to want to do anything with Klefki but lead it. Klefki is definitely a better Pokemon to lead with, because when you get into the end of a battle, Klefki has no moves that can attack. It is pure taunt bait. So Klefki, definitely you want to see leading a battle. You do not want to be stuck with Klefki as your last Pokemon. You will not win unless the opponent is, poisoned or something crazy, or Life Orb, or Solar Power. No, Solar Power, they're going to destroy you. Don't let Klefki be your last Pokemon. Don't bring Klefki in the back. You're definitely going to want to lead Klefki with either Frosmoth or Luxray, sometimes Dracovish in certain scenarios, and then it can also help Ferrothorn if Ferrothorn's coming in from the back. Oftentimes, Ferrothorn is a Pokemon that you want to have sitting in the back, so you can eliminate its threats before Ferrothorn comes out, and just Dynamaxes and eliminates teams. That's the idea there. Klefki holding the Rocky helmet, obviously, because Klefki, people love faking out Klefki. If you see a Klefki, wouldn't you want to fake it out? Yeah, before it can do anything weird? Of course. And so Rocky helmet helps to punish that a little bit. We're going to jump into the first battle. That took way longer than I thought I was going to, but hopefully it was helpful. And if you didn't care about that, hopefully you jumped ahead anyway. Let's get into our first battle, shall we? Interesting. This might not seem like a team you want to bring Frosmoth to, but I really want to bring Frosmoth to a game. So this might be the game that I bring Frosmoth to. Okay, so Luxray, Klefki are pretty solid leads. And then I think we can bring Ferrothorn and Frostmoth in the back. That feels good to me. Yeah. I love seeing the Haxorus, and I love seeing Decidueye ever since I said Sojourn, I think, in a previous video when I said that he made the Decidueye team, the Decidueye Drifblim team. It's Sejon. I knew that. I'm an idiot. Sejon, obviously, the person who, if you don't know the story, won a Worlds tournament with Pachirisu on his team back when you had to run Garchomp, you had to run all these Pokemon, and this man just ran up there with a Pachirisu and surprised the world. He also made a team with Decidueye, and it's really cool to recently, and it's really cool to see that people are using Decidueye now, because Decidueye obviously was previously thought to be the worst Alola starter, and now it's being seen a lot. Granted, it took banning Incineroar to do it, but here we are. Okay, so I think the play is to Light Screen immediately, and we can just... Yeah, we can Volt Switch into... We're going to Light Screen, and we're going to... I can also... Ooh, you know what I could also do that's pretty spicy? I could Rain Dance here. I'm going to do that. Ooh, this is really great. I'm going to Rain Dance immediately, because then they're probably going to want to either Tailwind, or they're going to want to Flare Blitz into Klefki. So Rain Dancing will stop that from killing me, and then I can also just Thunder into Talonflame. I'm not scared of Hyper Voice really at all right now. That's kind of fun. Spice? Nobody Dynamax, that's good to see. Come on, Spice. Heat Wave. We're alright, we're alright. Burn me if you want to, I don't care, I'm a special attacker. Thunder, baby. Not even Focus Sashed. So, that's great. Especially for our Ferrothorn and our Frostmoth in the back. And there's this the fire move came from... Well, Talonflame used a fire move too, but... Sylveon's got a fire move, so that just revealed that to us. And the rain still helps to stop that damage too. I could Light Screen now. I have some options. I don't like seeing that thing. But to stop it from... I could set up Electric Train here. I'm not going to, though. I'm going to Light Screen. And I can Volt Switch. I don't have to... I can Volt Switch into my Ferrothorn. They're going to Rage Powder. Okay. It's really nice, though, having the rain right now and the Light Screen, because now, like, Mystical Fire is not even going to do that much to Ferrothorn, which is really cool. Maybe I should have gone into Frostmoth there. That would have been really nice, actually. Yeah, I think I want to now T-Wave into Sylveon. Well, do I? Maybe I can switch out Klefki now. Go into Frostmoth. Yeah, and then I'm not going to get affected by Rage Powder, so I can just Gyro Ball right into Sylveon. If they want to try Mystical Fire me, it's not going to do a lot. Sylveon detected. Okay, so we're probably going to see a Spore, actually, right into Frostmoth's face. Yeah, that's unfortunate. That's unfortunate, but Frostmoth isn't scared yet. Definitely not scared yet. And Ferrothorn doesn't care about... doesn't care about Amoonguss at all. So let's just let's burn our Sleep Turn. They can probably Mystical Fire into Frostmoth if they want to. Honestly, I'm excited to see how much it does, because we still have Light Screen, we still have Rain, and we still have Ice Scales. Haxorus is coming in, so we're going to Gyro Ball this Haxorus, which is pretty sweet. Don't mind that at all. And maybe I Dynamax Frostmoth, even though it's asleep. They're going to clear Smog into Frostmoth for some reason. They're going to... Okay. Interesting. I think I want to Dynamax Frostmoth, even though it's asleep. Like, it sounds weird, and it sounds crazy. No, the better play is to go into Luxray here. They could just Spore again if they wanted to, but I have to just Gyro Ball into Haxorus again. But now I can lower its attack. Luxray the Thunderstruck. I doubt that they would Spore again into Frostmoth, but they could. There goes Amoonguss swapping out. Here comes Sylveon coming back out here. It's in a Love Ball. That's nice. Haxorus is going to Rock Tomb. Ooh, that's a good little tech there. I like that. But they're not who they... That's not who they have to worry about. By any means. Nobody's Dynamaxed yet, which is kind of fun. I gotta worry about the Sylveon a little bit. So I think I have to go into... I gotta max Steel Spike that thing, you know? Maybe I don't. Maybe I think I should just Snarl. Yeah, and then I can get big and just max Steel Spike into the Sylveon, because I think Sylveon's getting big here, and I think it's going for a max Flare into Ferrothorn. However, if I Snarl, I will lower its special attack by 1. We still have Light Screen up, so that'll help protect me, and it'll pop our Weakness Policy, which will give us a better chance of just OHKOing the Sylveon. Even if they do end up Sporing Luxray on this turn, this is a pretty good option. These are strange battles, man. This is probably the first battle in the video, but you're in for it. There's some weird stuff coming your way in the rest of this video. Stay tuned. So let's see how much this saves us. I'm expecting a max Flare here. Survive this. Ferrothorn surviving that like a champ. Popping our Weakness Policy. Nice. They got another Spore off. Like I said they would. Like I said they might. We're going to Steel Spike right into the Sylveon's face. Almost going to kill the Sylveon. Did not actually pick up the KO. But it's going to be enough. And I'll tell you why. We can so easily right now switch into Klefki with on the Luxray. And if they're able to predict this and target Luxray now instead of Ferrothorn, that's an insane move on my opponent's part, and it's a game-winning move. It's worthy of winning the game if they manage to do that. They could also Spore into that slot despite having just put that Pokemon to sleep. That would also be an incredible play on my opponent's part. I think they have to target into Ferrothorn, though. Yeah. Giga Drain. Clef's not going to care about that. And now I can just Rain Dance. I can Rain Dance. Go for another Steel Spike. That's what I want to do. Ooh. That actually is my last Steel Spike. If I share this code, I will PP up everything, I promise. They're just going to cancel the battle. They saw the writing on the wall. You saw the writing on the wall. Really great battle, though. Weird team. Weird team we just played against. But by far not the weirdest. Just keep watching the video. I promise you're going to see some other stuff. Good game to our opponent. Okay, for this next battle, we actually have something a little bit special, like I promised. We're actually going up against That's a +1, who is a YouTuber and Twitch streamer, a generally good at Pokemon guy. If you caught his win-loss record there, he's actually really highly ranked right now. He's in, like, you know, he's between 1,000 and 2,000, right? And at this point, I think I'm at 4,000 and 5,000. I do eventually, with this team, make it to 1,600. But at this point, this was during my climb. I was playing against That's a +1. And I went back to check to see if he was streaming at the time, and he was. He was streaming, and so this is a recording on his end, a recording that I did not have. I was not recording. I was playing off screen. And so I just wanted to share his side of the battle. I thought that would be cool. Looking at his team, it's super spicy. It is a team that is using 5 Pokemon you never see, right? Mamoswine, Diggersby, Silvally, Rotom Frost, who I love, and Claydol. He's got 3 ground Pokemon on his team, which is really interesting. And when I see that, the first thing I think is bring the Ice Bug. Bring the Ice Pokemon and bring Klefki. Bring Ferrothorn in the back, and Dracovish was also somebody that I definitely wanted to bring, especially if I'm able to eliminate the Raichu and the electric types, right? The Raichu and the Rotom Frost, even though they did not... they don't even hit me for super effective damage, right, into Dracovish. So let's see how this goes here.
I think we just fake out the Klefki, because Klefki is more of a threat. I think I would one-shot the Frostmoth with Rock Slide, but I don't really want a Rock Slide. I'm just going to go for the
So he does have Rock Slide there, which is what I'm immediately worried about. He led the Mamoswine, so I'm like, okay, Rock Slide's coming. I have to protect with my Frostmoth. What I didn't realize at the time, because I wasn't paying attention, although I don't think that I would have read this anyway, which is really, really clever, is that he has an air balloon on his Raichu.
EQ with our big boy Mamoswine.
So he's able to go for Earthquakes through his Raichu, which is really cool.
But I think that might be sashed over there. So let's actually see. I remember I have an air balloon on my Raichu, so I'm able to avoid damage here. And then next turn I can just switch out for Rotom and keep it up. So let's see. He's pretty pinned here. He also doesn't know our Mamoswine ability. Like, we are using Oblivious, but like, he doesn't know that. He might still assume that we have Thick Fat. So like, Ice type attacks, while they would normally be neutral against Mamoswine's ground Ice typing, they're actually resisted. So Luxray is not.
And that's important. Okay, listen to what he just said. He's Thick Fat, meaning that ice moves, not only are they neutral damage, they're actually going to be doing less damage than they normally would. Okay, I want you to keep that in mind.
Pop out here. That's actually a really smart play to switch the Ferrothorn in. I think it's a 2-shot though. I'm losing motivation to play Pokemon because I don't know how to learn competitive Pokemon.
So there was my move. I went for Protect to block the Rock Slide. I figured if he's going for Rock Slide, I do not want my Frostmoth to be hit by that. I also know that he's probably going to fake out my Klefki, which we saw that he just input. But I do not expect the Earthquake coming from the Mamoswine. I'd be a little more concerned switching into Ferrothorn into an Earthquake rather than a Rock Slide. However, I still probably would have done it, right? Because I don't want my Klefki getting hit by an Earthquake.
Tried so hard, you can't get the hang of it. So, like, every single time you want to play...
This is nice. He's giving advice to one of his
you want to internalize the reasons.
It's really great advice, too, by the way.
Did you win because your team had a good matchup? Cool. Keep building teams that have good matchups against what is popular. Are you losing because your team had a bad matchup, or you misplayed, or they used a move that you didn't know? You can definitely play around that. Like, you can definitely, learn from the mistakes. You have to internalize learning from your mistakes. That's how you get better.
Nice little aside there. Definitely really great advice. What he said, right? Ditto. If you are struggling with learning how to play Pokemon, internalize what made you lose. So definitely follow that advice. Anyway, back to the battle. At this point, I'm realizing that he's able to go for Earthquakes, and he probably has Helping Hand on his Raichu, although I don't know that for sure yet. But regardless, I am sashed with my Frostmoth. I need to get damage off, and I really, really, really want to pop this Raichu's Air Balloon, so he can no longer go for Earthquakes without killing his Raichu. I know that this Raichu is going to be an issue for me, and so I just want to get rid of it, and my thought is, if I can hit that Raichu, I can do just that.
Now, I'm actually thinking about this here. Do you guys think a Helping Hand Earthquake would KO that Pharaoh from here?
At this point in time, too...
That's a full HP defense Pharaoh, by the way.
It is not, by the way. It is a max HP, max attack, brave nature, Ferrothorn.
Let's go. Helping Hand...
He's helping handing Earthquake.
What's up?
Okay. What I did not expect to happen here...
I think that's still fine, because we have, like, Rotom in the back.
Was that the Mamoswine, you'll see in a second... I shouldn't be saying this. I shouldn't be spoiling what's about to happen, but I'm expecting for my Frosmoth to outspeed Mamoswine. And I know that I have to Dynamax my Ferrothorn here, because I know that Ferrothorn is a win con for me based on what his team makeup was at Team Preview.
I wonder if he's going to max the Moth. Yeah, that's actually the correct play, so... It's the correct play. Thank you for the follow. What if we crit? Give me a crit, Mamoswine. If you love me, Mamoswine, you'll give me a crit. Big Helping Hand. Spend all my time looking over the decks, Picolytics. I don't really think Picolytics is a good way to do it, but to each their own. Oh my gosh, Frosmoth was totally...
Now, obviously, Earthquake did a ton of damage there. However, a lot of damage is going to get done in this turn. I just want to preface that.
Dash, never lucky. Crit the Frosmoth. Oh, come on, Mamoswine. You're literally, like, gonna do me like that, You're gonna do me like that, Mamoswine? Give me what I want. Now, when you get what you want, but not what you need, right? And freeze my Raichu now? Oh, thank goodness.
The Ice Bug comes through. We're able to hit both Blizzards, and you'll see how much damage that did, even though they have Thick Fat on their Mamoswine. So I just wanted to say that. And it also makes sense to me, right, that the Mamoswine outsped my Frosmoth. It is speed invested. It is not HP invested.
Well, I appreciate you, my guy. And that's a Steel Spike. All right, we have to send out Rotom. And I think we actually have to go Blizzard. Like a Blizzard. Let me actually think about this, though. Silvally is really good here, too. Like, multi-attack would give me an Airstream boost, but then, like, I'm bad. So it's like... I think Rotom's fine. We just gotta hit a Blizzard.
That is the right play. He needed to go into Rotom there because I'm physically defensive. Silvali's not going to be able to do what it needs to do to this Ferrothorn, even at the HP that's sitting at. And his only hope, really, is to get big with Rotom and go for max Hailstorms. It's true.
He hit 2 Blizzards right there.
It was 1 Blizzard. I'm more likely to hit the Blizzard than not. With no weather.
I just want it. I want it.
I know what he means, though. I hit 2 Blizzards. I hit 2 of his Pokemon with
Do I
1
care
Blizzard.
about the... Actually, I think the right play might actually just be to go Hailstorm here. And go for a Helping Hand. Or even like a Discharge.
So at this point in time, I am very aware
though.
of the fact
the
that
problem.
he needs to go
like,
for Hailstorm into Ferrothorn if he wants to kill it.
I don't care enough about that Frosmoth to like...
meaning,
here,
I don't have a
that
light
makes
screen
any
up. I need to get my Klefki in.
Don't
1000% I know what my play
Frosmoth
is.
enough
I need to
care.
max guard with Ferrothorn, and I need to
Finish
go
building a team
into
with
Klefki.
Stoutland and Gigawood. That sounds really good. There's the Klefki. Yep. So Klefki's gonna be really good against us for the remainder of the game, I would say. But Raichu, if you can't kill our Raichu, we're in a good spot. And like I really think that's a full HP defense Ferrothorn just by how well he was able to eat those attacks. And he has a Steel Spike, so like that's why Silvally is just not a good option right now. Makes me wish I had my Diggersby though.
He notified that correctly.
Now let's see. Helping Hands. Yo, give this guy a hand. Max Guard. Yo, talk about never lucky. Alright, so he's gonna be able to get
He calls
screen
it
out,
lucky,
which
it's
sucks.
funny.
There's not that much I can do about it either.
It's
I think
unlucky that I
went
went to protect my Dynamax Pokemon. He's going to go for the same thing here, and I'm pretty aware of that possibility. So I need to get Light Screen up, just like what was always the plan. I need to get Light Screen up, and I need to cross my fingers that Ferrothorn's going to live this thing.
Again, like, players at this level, like, this is why I hate laddering, like, this late in the season, right? The players at this level are, like, so good when you're in, like, the top 1,000 that, like, meme teams like mine, it's so hard to use them. Because he's just going to set screens here and wall us. I think so.
It is true that his team is more memey than mine, although I do just want to say my team is not a team that you would typically see either. To have a Frosmoth on your team at all, to have a Klefki as your support mon, not typically seen. although I know what he's saying. His team is very, very memey. I said it from the start. You know, I have a pretty spicy team, I think, with my FROSMOTH. His team is even spicier with, you know, Mamoswine and Silvally and Rotom Frost, of all things.
And we just run out of steam with this sort of team. This is his last turn max, though. Once that max is gone, we're going to be in a great spot.
Moment of truth.
Yep. So, I guess one good thing here, though, is that, like, he has a Klefki, right? He has this Ferrothorn. If I can get the KO here, right? If I can get the KO here. Oh my gosh, that thing is thick. That's good.
Yeah, I do want to say also that that's a +1. He does a really great job of reading every single move my Klefki is going to make until the end. To identify Klefki as a threat, like he did before, saying that Klefki is going to be good against his team for the rest of the match. Really great way to know how to win a battle, how to figure your way out of a battle, is to identify what the threat's going to be. And you'll see what his strategy is for taking care of that in a second here. But we're able to live that Blizzard, or that Max Hailstorm, which is huge. And in fact, with enough HP that I might even be able to live a little bit of Hail Chip as well.
It's not best because it used Guard, but like, oh man, that thing is so thick. Steel Spike won't be able to kill me. Always wants to Raichu. No, I was going to say stop it.
So I knew I needed to go for Raichu there, right? Because I have Dracovish in the back.
But we should be able to take it out with the Hail.
And Raichu's the thing that can potentially stop Dracovish if it was able to get a para on Dracovish.
Klefki, which is a good Pokemon, let's be real. But he has like a 1 HP FROSMOTH. He's taking hail damage on that side, and I'm resetting it to where, like, after my
max turn,
but we do
live that hail damage with Ferrothorn, which is huge.
To go for Specs, Blizzards in the hail. So I feel like I'm almost in a good spot here. Let's just see, though.
It's huge for one reason, right? It wastes another Dynamax turn where Dracovish does not have to come in.
So, like, we still, unfortunately, have to target that slot. But I guess it's probably a better idea. It doesn't really matter what I do.
My play here is pretty obvious. I'm just trying to set the stage for Dracovish to be able to come in. And so I need to make that Silvally slower, because right now I'm thinking something could be Choice Scarfed. The Rotom could be Choice Scarfed once it's no longer Dynamaxed, and the Silvally could be Choice Scarfed, and I can't let my win con, which is Dracovish, be outsped by one of these two Pokemon.
No reason to set the terrain either. Is there? Is there a reason to set the terrain? I guess. No, I actually think, as weird as it sounds, you want to go for the max lightning into the Klefki slot and just go for a Rock Slide. Like, I would love to go for a Swords Dance here, but I just feel that, like, it just won't work. He's probably going to Thunder Wave my freaking Silvally, which would be really annoying. Thunder Wave, yep, you can miss.
So what he just said there is actually super interesting, because you'll see that I missed the T-Wave there. Had he gone for Swords Dance, he would have gotten it off, because no moves are going to get hit into this, are going to hit this,
Blizzard next turn, potentially.
No moves are going to hit this Silvally here.
Big damage.
And the hail damage would have killed my Ferrothorn. Although Ferrothorn would have gotten to attack, so never mind.
So we'll see.
That's not what I meant to say.
He has a 1 HP FROSMOTH. He has a 1 HP FROSMOTH.
Yeah, so completely disregard what I just said. He needed to do damage to Ferrothorn, because Ferrothorn, I believe, was inputting to attack into that Silvally there. And so going for Rock Slide was the correct play. That's my fault.
He hasn't set his Reflect yet either. It's really nice to see. What do you guys think he has in the back? He has like one good Sweeper Mon back there, doesn't he?
He doesn't know that I have Dracovish yet. He's trying to identify that.
Dracovish. Oh no, it's Big D.
And you'll see his reaction to Dracovish. Yeah, nobody likes seeing a Dracovish.
I mean, I have to go for it just like this, right? I have to just go. It's probably El Scarfo, but like we have to do it. Big Blizzard.
So here's the biggest play.
I guess we're just gonna try.
In my opinion, of the game. I'm looking at these two Pokemon. One of them could be Scarfed. I need to identify which one is the bigger threat to Dracovish. And in my opinion, I think it's more likely that the Silvally is Scarfed. If it's going to be using Rock Slides, I want to get rid of that thing. Especially since I know I have Frostmoth in the back. If Frostmoth needs to come out at a certain point, I don't want that thing going for Rock Slides. And I know that there's a pretty big way that I can weaken this Rotom.
But, like, we'll see. Dracovish can one-shot either of these guys. Rain Dance. Oh my gosh, he's actually trying to end my life.
So by going for Rain Dance, a bunch of things happen, right? I can increase the damage output of Dracovish, although I don't think that's ultimately going to matter. Dracovish, I think, with nobody Dynamax, Dracovish is going to be able to one-hit KO either of these two Pokemon with Fish's Friend. However, the biggest thing is that if this Rotom is Scarfed and Hail was still up, it could just go for 100% accurate Blizzards every single turn and hit both of my Pokemon. I want to stop that from happening. And by going for Hail, not only do I reduce his 100% accuracy with the Blizzard, I actually make it less accurate than it would normally be, because now it's not only hail and it's not neutral weather, it is a different kind of weather, and that's how Blizzard is affected. In case you didn't know, it is less accurate in other kinds of weather than it is when it's neutral, or it's 100% accurate when it's in hail, obviously.
And he has the Rain Dance for the Dracovish. Let's see if it's like banded Dracovish or something weird, That'd be kind of crazy, because we would double outspeed it.
It's Scarf.
Yeah, he gets a Vicious Run. Targeting incorrect choice. That is the incorrect choice.
So he says it's the incorrect choice. He's streaming. I think ultimately I made the best choice. I'm still going to stand by that, because, again, what does he have to do now? Now I'm even confirmed that I'm faster than the Rotom. To win this game, he now needs to hit 3 Blizzards, right? Because he needs to hit a Blizzard to hit. Dracovish is not going to die to 1 Blizzard. So he needs to hit a Blizzard to knock my Dracovish. If he can 2-hit KO my Dracovish, that would be 1, right? He would need to hit another one, and he would need to hit a third one against my Frosmoth, because Frosmoth still could potentially Quiver Dance and Bug Buzz in the back with 1 HP. And he needs to hit all those Blizzards to be able to beat me, but he's in the rain. So in my opinion, being able to weaken the Rotom, which ended up not being Scarfed, going for Rain Dance was my best play, because now I know, if he's able to hit 4 Blizzards in a row in the rain, the RNG gods were not on my side to begin with.
Just because I can freeze with the Rotom?
And that's a good point.
I hit both my moves.
There's a chance he can freeze here, but it's not a point.
It's a thick Vish.
It's so unlikely.
Never lucky. Chat, we got never lucky. Oh, well.
And I do just want to say, by the way,
I think we would have killed the Ferrothorn.
that earlier when I hit 2 Blizzards,
what else happened that game?
He did just hit me with 2 Blizzards, technically, weird in his terms, in the rain.
I just think this team's really hard to steal games with off high-level players. And so, I'm using Choice Band, I'm using Choice Specs, things like that. People can
obviously had this game played out past the
people going for early
past the
screen
forfeit
potential, forcing us to play with.
We would have still been able to win based on what I said. I think he could still get really lucky. No. Knowing that he was not Scarfed and knowing that Dracovish was faster, he had to forfeit there. I was always going to hit 100% accurate Vicious Rends. But even if he was Scarfed, I think that going for Rain Dance was the right play there. But GG's to That's a +1. That was really, really cool to get to play him. I'm not going to pretend for a second that beating him in this matchup means that I'm a better battler than him. You saw his record at the beginning of the video, or at the beginning of the battle. You saw the team he was playing with. He was trying to win with a really, really spicy team, which I commend, okay? And even though my team is also a certain level of spice, it's definitely a little more standard than his team was. And so in this matchup, we were able to take the win, which is pretty cool, right? And I just wanted to share his side of that battle. So GG's to That's a +1. And good job, Frosmoth team. How great were those battles, right? I'm recording this immediately after the intro, to be perfectly transparent. But hopefully you enjoyed the video. Hopefully you go and check out the other video using this team if you're interested in seeing more from this team. And hopefully you tried this team out for yourself. It's really good, and I got pretty high up on the ladder. I got to 1,600 on the ladder with this team. Went on a 10-win streak. So success with this team is way more possible than it might seem. It seems like it's sort of like a gimmicky team at first. It's not. It can really hold its own. This team does really well as long as you're Dynamaxing Pokemon like Frosmoth and Ferrothorn and Luxray. You're not going to want to Dynamax Dracovish. You're not going to want to Dynamax Hitmontop. You're definitely not going to want to Dynamax Klefki. It will not have any moves to hit your opponent with. If you like Max Guard, by all means, Dynamax your Klefki. That's going to be it for me. Please use this team. Please let me know if you use this team. And until next time, my name is Berm. See you later.